Okay, welcome to week 15. We're almost done with this course. So, as usual, let's start with how did we do on the previous week? So, quiz 6, most people did pretty good. I mean, it's kind of a split. 85, but 8 A's, 18 B's, and 6 C's. That's a pretty decent bell curve. I kind of like that. As usual, I'm going to wait a while before I release the answers and comments, but I will release them before next week because that you'll need all the quizzes to be able to study for the final exam. So just some notes. On question 7 and 8, yeah, I threw some extra stuff in there. But if you read the question, I clearly did not ask for a definition. So those choices that were defining the terms probably would not be appropriate if you read the question. Question 18 on anonymous classes, I didn't specifically talk about this and didn't actually say it out loud. But I thought you might be able to figure it out. Now, I knew this was going to be a tough one going in. Okay, I gave 2 points for other people who didn't quite get it right. That's okay. That's okay. That was a stretch question. Okay, let's go look at the schedule for this week. Of course, the major thing in the schedule for this week, of course, is the term project. So we're doing chapter 14 and the term project. So before we get too far, let's talk about how you zip up the contents of an entire project. Okay? So I'm going to go to my documents where my stuff is. I'm going to go to my NetBeans projects and I'm going to pick one like this one. Okay? Doesn't really matter which one it is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and say send to compressed zip. Okay? That's it. That's all I got to do. And then of course hit return. So that zips up the entire thing. Now of course you would have to rename it, right? I mean, you can't leave it like that. You're going to have to rename it and call it, CIS3332, term project John, right? And then you submit that guy. Cool? Okay. So I posted some hints for your term project. Let's go take a peek at those. So here we go. So obviously the term project is worth 15% of your grade. That's a letter grade and a half. Okay, cool. There's no class diagram, so only the videos available is going to do it. So I provided you lots of information. So Employee 11 has lots of good stuff. There's lots of other resources you could look at. I mean, how to do inheritance and polymorphism, employee types, and all the rest of this stuff. So when you roll through the employee types, remember the text fields are disabled. Okay, cool. So not all the employee types that were in chapter 10 appear in this. There's more, right? There's an hourly plus and a salaried employee. And then the toString should spit out what it does, and make sure you have all the right kind of input validation going on. The error messages show up in the label, the text is red, and the text is wrapped around so in case it's long. Change the background color on some of the controls, change the focus. And if there is a fall through, if you mess up somehow, well then I want one of those alert things to pop up. And then generating the pay report. There's 3 parts to it. I need the employee ID, the pay parameters, and calc pay. So what are those pay parameters? Go look, because there's some good examples in there. And then the save dialog box, it's 3 parts to it. The stuff that gets saved is the toString part plus the pay parameters plus the calc pay part. Okay, let's go see what it is we're supposed to be doing for this week. Alrighty. So again, this week is pretty short, 45 minutes worth of video. It's all about big data and warehousing and all the rest of the stuff. Pretty cool stuff. So please do go watch the video lectures.